Greetings, family. Welcome back. Today, we are walking into something that I think, um, well, it touches the spirit of every single believer listening.
Yes, beloved. It
Yeah.
really is the universal struggle, isn't it? The waiting season.
Exactly that. And I am not talking about, waiting in a queue at the shops or waiting for the kettle to boil, though that does test my patience.
Oh, absolutely.
But I mean that deep ache, that literal groaning inside when you are holding on to a promise from God
Mm.
and your eyes are seeing absolutely nothing changing.
It is so tough, beloved. How long? That is the cry of the heart. But we want to invite you today to really quiet your spirit and be attentive to the shepherd's voice.
Because the materials we are studying today, they reframe this entire season. It is not a delay. It is a time of sacred formation.
Sacred formation. I just love the weight of that phrase. It changes everything.
It really does. So let us get straight to our scriptural anchor for today. When I first read this, I actually had to stop and read it again. It is Romans 8:19.
Ah, yes. A truly foundational text.
It says, "For the earnest expectation of the creation eagerly waits for the revealing of the sons of God." Now, help me out here.
Go ahead.
Because usually when I am a waiting season, my prayer is, Lord, I am waiting on you. I'm looking at my watch. But this verse, it completely flips the script.
It reverses the polarity entirely. We always think we are waiting on God to move, to fix the situation, to bring the breakthrough. But Paul is writing that creation itself is waiting on us.
So the literal physical world, the mountains, the trees, all of that.
Yes, the very elements of nature. They are not waiting for a change in the weather. They are groaning, waiting for the revealing of the life of Christ through you, the believer.
That sounds almost a bit arrogant, doesn't it? Why would the mountains care about my little life?
I know it sounds massive, but it is not about human ego. It is about authority. Creation is groaning under corruption, and it is desperate for rightful stewards. It is waiting for mature sons and daughters to step into their identity.
So it is waiting for a specific type of person.
Exactly. The world does not need more fleeting success. It is crying out for someone who carries authority with humility and power with love.
Wow. And you cannot just manufacture that kind of character overnight. It cannot be rushed.
No, it must be forged. And forging requires time. Think about the ultimate example we have in the source text, Jesus himself. He lived for 33 years on earth.
And only 3 of those were his public ministry.
Just 3 years. That means for 30 years, the Son of God was completely hidden. We call them the silent years.
That is profound. We panic if we are hidden for 6 months. We start thinking God has forgotten our address.
Spot on. But the Father works in those quiet and hidden places. This groaning you feel in the wait is not God's rejection. He is doing 3 critical things in you right now: stretching, purifying, and conforming.
Stretching our faith, because faith only grows in the dark.
Precisely. Purifying our motives to make sure we want the blesser more than the blessing, and conforming our character into the express image of Jesus.
Because if he hands us the blessing without the character, it would crush us.
It would be a disaster. The weight of glory requires structural integrity. He makes us wait to build the structure first.
Okay, so if I am in this construction zone, what is the practical charge for me today? Do I just sit around and wait for my character to grow?
Definitely not. Active waiting is vital. First, we need to change our prayer. Stop asking, Father, when will my promise come?
Right, because that just breeds anxiety.
Exactly. Instead, start asking, Father, who are you making me into while I wait?
Who are you making me into? I love that. And the source actually gives us a physical challenge to do today, which I think is brilliant.
The challenge to speak to creation.
Yeah.
Yes.
It says to literally go outside or look out your window, look at the trees in the sky, and declare, I am a child of God. In his perfect time, Christ in me shall be revealed.
It anchors your soul. It reminds you of your identity. And the best way to practice that manifestation right now is through radical love.
Manifesting now,
Yeah.
not waiting for the big platform.
Exactly that. Serve someone today expecting absolutely nothing in return. Forgive someone. Show the Father's kindness. That reveals the sons of God to the world right now in the middle of your waiting.
It gets your eyes off yourself and your own struggles.
Stone dead. You cannot wallow in impatience when you are serving your brother or sister.
But this has been so rich. Family, to summarize this for you today, remember that the whole world is waiting for what you will become in God. This is a call for us to truly take advantage of the waiting season, to allow ourselves to be forged enough to carry the weight of glory God has for us.
Amen. Do not rush the process. Thank God that the waiting is not empty, but it is filled with sacred purpose.
Beautiful. Now, before we go, I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over on your own. If creation is waiting for you to mature, what happens to the actual atmosphere of your home or your workplace the moment you finally step into that maturity? Does the environment itself heal because you finally arrived? Just sit with that.
That is a powerful thought.
We will catch the listeners in the next episode of the podcast.